There we go. Hello everyone, this is Drine001 coming at you, actually, live. This is technically live, technically not live. You know how it works. We're live on Twitch at the moment. And for those of you that missed this is also going to be posted on YouTube later today. And today we're actually going to be going over Anna. So I basically posted in Discord asking for suggestions on a character I can cover. And a lot of people were like, well, no. One person said, hey, I have an idea. And I went, sure. So we're doing Anna. Paul, this is for you, man. So we're going to be covering everything to do with Anna, different tips and tricks, and how to run with her. We're going to open up for questions and answers towards the end from our Twitch chat. Also, if you are watching at YouTube, you can put in some questions down below in the comments, and I'll reply at a later time just because of uploading and all that stuff. Remember, follow, whatever, subscribe as we're doing this so that you don't miss out on these things. An announcement to make, and I don't know if Garrett, you know this, is I'm actually starting a VOD review series, and I already have a clip to go through. Trevor Saldman sent in a clip, and so I'm going to be covering that clip later next week. So basically it's going to be set up so that when people send in stuff for me to look at, I can look at it for them and do, of course, a VOD review, helping out and everything. So I'm not going to be looking at Twitch for the moment, but I do have alerts set up, so if anyone does follow, I can pick it up and we'll look at comments later. Garrett, do you want to introduce yourself? Hi. Cool. So we are on Kings Row for pretty much not really a lot of reason, except for it's a Christmas event. Yeah, it's December. And would you like a beach ball, sir? No. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to be covering through a couple things with Anna. First of all, we're going to be covering her primary fire. So she does 75 healing when she shoots an ally. She does 70 damage when she shoots someone. No headshots, and it's a damage over time. Big things with it that's basically the bare minimum that people know about her. More in depth is her gun actually shoots in 2 different modes. So hip fire is a projectile. So I'll show with Garrett. So if you actually are walking, Garrett, so if you walk to the side, I'll try to shoot on you, actually. So it's pretty close. But it's a pretty fast projectile, but it is a projectile. And you can see, yeah, you can see it at an angle. It does a cross. So if you count till it hits that, yeah, the bus, there's a travel time with it. But this is hit scan, and a good way to know what a hit scan that if a hit scan weapon is a hit scan weapon is that it leaves a long tracer trail. Yeah, so I'll hip fire close near you up there, and then I'll see instant. Other things with it is you can quick fire this, and this is a very advanced technique. It's pretty much that. You right click and shoot, right click, shoot, right click, shoot. One thing you do want to know is you want to lift off of the left mouse button before you lift off of the right mouse button. So basically you right left and then left right. So right left, left right. And that's pretty much how it goes there. So that's pretty much the bare minimum. I think we might need someone to heal you. Yeah. $200 health targets. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty much a lot of it with her gun. Some different tactics is the reason why this quick scope is used is because you want to get instant healing or instant shot. And that's pretty much how that quick scope's used a lot of the times. Is you can do it with almost the same skill as you would do with a hip fire. It's just instant. The problem is, and I'll actually show this real quick, and is you can see the tracer trail, but you can barely see where she's shooting, hip fire wise. So if you're in a place where you don't want people to know, you hip fire. But if you need to get instant shots, you just boom. And pretty much hit scan is the go-to most of the times. It's just if your team's like standing in the choke point here, and for some god-awful reason you're standing here, and you don't want to let the team know you're right to their left side, you just hit fire, and the other team won't know. So that's a big thing with that. Garrett, do you have anything extra to add with... The downside about doing the hits, the downside about doing the hit scan is there's, if you don't do it right, you end up with tunnel vision where you are scoped in, which you don't want to have all the time. So doing this is probably the best because it allows you to see everything. And this is something that I personally haven't played on in a while. So this quick hits scope, quick scope has been pretty new for me, because I think it's been 9 months since I've played her, so this is just coming off of literally just me just picking her up right now. So that's the other thing is, do you want to do grenade or sleep dart first, Garrett? Your choice. Okay. Grenade. Okay. I wasn't keeping track of what options I gave you in which order, so I was like, crap. Okay. What did I say again? Okay, so grenade pretty much, and I'll show you here. It can be reflected, you take damage and he gets healed, or boom, you heal. I think it's heal for 50 health. Or less than that. I can't remember. There was some numbers being changed around in PTR and stuff at one point, and I can't remember what actually finally came out. It is a 50% heal increase to the person that gets healed, and then of course we have the damage part of the grenade, and it's anti-heal for a certain amount of time. Yep. Recently, May does not get it gets basically like cleansed when she goes into her cryo freeze, where it used to be a thing that Annas would grenade Maze as they go into an ice block so that they couldn't heal. Now she can't do that anymore. Grenades, she goes into ice block, the ice block just removes it from her. So that's one of the newer things with her. A lot of times you want to hit it around your party, but you have to gauge it. I like using it on a like off cooldown. Yes, we have this at like infinite, infinitely small cooldown time. But usually a good thing to do is to just lob it and try to get as many people as possible. It's the same thing with the Moira orbs, is you want to hit a lot of people at once, and you take those opportunities. You always grenade enemy Zenyatas. That's the big thing for her. A good combo with the grenade. So, with her damage reduction a while ago and her damage increase, they're really, the old sleep dart, shoot, grenade, punch doesn't work anymore. So basically, if you sleep dart someone, and I'm trying to miss you so I'm not like debilitating you. So if you sleep dart someone, and then you shoot, and then grenade, that kills them. Or technically, for a 200 health target, you can just shoot, grenade, shoot. Sorry for hitting you. Since the sleep dart only does 5 damage, the sleep dart doesn't really matter too much. Punching does 25 damage. So burst, you can do, if I remember right, because a grenade does 60 damage. You can do 230 damage if you do the, and I'll show real quick, shoot, and that kills them. Technically, it's better to grenade afterwards. I messed that one up because you can shoot, so I think it's, and grenade, shoot, grenade. Yeah, you can shoot them at the same time almost. There's just a little bit delay, but not as different as it is doing grenade shoot. Because there's actually quite a delay. There's a lot of abilities in the game that actually have a delay afterwards that are very different. So that's one way with them. So that's pretty much it with grenades. You kind of want to practice lobbing them. A good way to throw it is to get it at spawn, and I'm throwing that a little too high. But some things you'll see is Honest throwing it towards spawn on Hollywood and then walking away, and as it arcs down it hits them as they're coming out. That's just a thing that you would have to practice because you have to get the timing down perfectly. Another thing is I believe it's a 10-second cooldown that it's on, and that allows you on King of the Hill maps, if it's open aired, basically like this and not inside, you can throw the biotic grenade at the beginning of the match just to see if you can hit someone, and you will get it back cooldown charged as you get into the fight. So you don't have to worry about that. So basically anything 10 seconds and under, you can basically burn as you're heading out of spawn on to King of the Hill. So that's interesting facts with that. Do you have anything to add, Garrett? Yeah, I can show that real quick if you want. Well, let's cover the sleep dart before. That's why I actually had you go to Genji. So this is something. So pretend like you actually have it at an 8-second cooldown. So you can't just spam it, okay? So you're going to shoot. Well, you're going to try to reflect the sleep dart. And if you don't reflect the sleep dart, then you lose, pretty much. So I'm going to try to sleep dart, and you're going to try to block it, okay? Tell me when you're ready. Okay. So that's a trick with Ana that you can do, is you melee and you freak out the dive, which is amazing to do. It's a trick that not a lot of people do, and it actually works. Yeah. So you can do that. One thing I did miss with the biotic grenade is if a Genji comes at you to try to reflect. So come at my face to try to reflect real quick. You turn around and put down the grenade, because then what happens is he can't deflect it unless he goes through you. And he doesn't want to go straight through you unless he's dashing. And if he's afraid of getting sleep dart or his reflect is going to go off, he's going to just dash instead. So if he dashes through you, so dash through me. So you can technically throw it behind you in that time if you have the reflexes. Yeah. So that's with that. So Yeah. Yeah, switch to Winston because Winston has that thing as well. So this is the thing, the whole punching to fake them out. Don't do it at lower levels. So if you're in bronze or silver, it does not work. It just because what happens is they have reflect is a surprise to everyone, and sleep dart is a surprise to everyone in lower levels. At higher levels, they're gonna try. Basically, at higher levels, they know that the Ana can hit the sleep dart, and they're afraid of the Ana hitting the sleep dart. So what's gonna happen is Winston's, for example, will try to block the sleep dart in midair by putting their bubble in midair. So, Garrett, do you want to practice real quick by putting the bubble in midair? So not before you... Yeah, so jump and put it in the air as if you're blocking it, yeah. So, if you set up as if you're diving, so go back to the choke point. I'm going to try to remove this, okay? So, jump at me, and I'll try to block the sleep dart. So he was able to block the sleep dart because he put down the bubble. But let me do it again. Okay, you messed that one up there. So I'm trying to remove the bubble so that I can get a clear shot as if you're jumping in for the first time. So that's one thing that you can do. Yeah, it did go off. You just, I shot you a little bit after you got out of the bubble. Yeah. There's also the thing, so I'm not going to always sleep dart, but you have to be aware of it. And I keep missing the sleep darts, I'm sorry. So yeah, that... Yeah. Yep. So yeah, that's a good chunk of it for sleep darts is you want to... Yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me? Okay, we're gonna have to talk in game. You there? Okay, I don't know why Discord just... I'm gonna see if I can fix that. It's saying it says it's picking up my voice. Let me reset voice. Resetting Discord. Can't hear me. Why? It's saying I'm not connected to it. But I am. I'm here. And Discord's saying I picked up. Real quick, let's jump over to my channel into the Strat chat room real quick. In Discord. Let's see if, sorry for the delay for anyone watching. Oh my gosh, it's going through this authenticating process. It's annoying. Discord's just being a pain. It's... Yeah, I'm quitting Discord real quick so that... Yeah, Discord's crashed on me. Yep, Discord crashed. That's why. Let me get this fixed real quick. Discord. End task. Okay. I'm just going to let it go. We're going to do in-game chat. And that will work. So, Garrett, are you still able to hear me or speak? Okay. So, let's think. Yeah, basically a lot of the problems, back to the situation, a lot of the problems is Winston wants to jump and put a bubble between you and your allies. He doesn't want you in the bubble, he wants you outside the bubble, but in between the allies. Because what's going to happen if you put down the bubble is, for me to shoot, I have to walk through 2 barriers in order to get to heal my allies. And it pretty much blocks everything. Grenades, shots, everything it blocks. So Winston and Diva have a lot of problems. Will give her a lot of problems. So I love how the air tanks shoot off. Yeah. Yeah. The yeah. I yeah, I would say Diva is more of a counter just because with Winston she can still sleep dart the Winston. But the Diva runs into the problem with Diva where Diva will just defense matrix and it's not based off of the bubble. And that's a lot of problems there. Trying to remember. Okay, so yeah, with her pressure, she has the hit scan pressure and the projectile spam pressure as well. But they don't really. There's no increase with the projectile spam, so I prefer the scope spam. But a lot of the things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to position yourself around to the other side. So Garrett, if you pretended if you're my team, so set up as if you're defending on my team. So you're there. I'm going to want to be like right here. Around the corner so that I can heal. I'm pretending like I'm healing you, but I'm not, so I'm going to stop. But yeah, you can do that where you're healing your allies, but you're not in the main choke line of fire. Ideally, what I would want is you would be in the back line up on the high ground. And this is just because Ana benefits from the high ground because she has no vertical movement abilities, and it gives her a good vantage point. Also, it's harder to dive onto a high ground because you have to get air to get up. So, for example, so Garrett, try to dive me up here. So you just barely get there by jumping from that distance. Now, try to dive me from the choke point. You should. Well, you should get close, but the idea is that it's much more of a threat on the low ground because you have to keep consistent height on the high ground in order to dive the high ground. So that's one abuse. Also, if you're an Ana and you're having a Winston problem, a good thing to do is to stand like right here, because the Winston can't dive you in hallways. Other players can, but if you're having specific problems on the Winston, and I'll show you, Garrett, where are you? I'll just throw grenades in the air from where I am. If you want to find, yeah, right here. So you can't dive me through here because, yeah, you run into that. That and grenades from the past come. But yeah, I can just like jump around through this hallway because the problem with Winston is that when he goes to dive, he has to make an arcing dive. And that means he has to have an open airspace in order to do that dive. I'm doing terrible with aiming and all that stuff right now. Thank God we're not actually playing. But yeah, that's pretty much all the stuff to do with Winston. Genji's and dashing through. Just behind you, boom, behind you, and you know you're gonna get the healing. Diva, same thing. You want to keep it as far away from the defense matrix as possible. just so that she's not going to drop you, pretty much. Yeah. Let's see. So, like I said, a lot of it is being in line of sight of your allies, but not line of sight of your enemies, because you want to put yourself in a zero pressure system, and go ahead and play soldier, and go set that one up. But if they're in the choke point, you can just shoot here and you can rotate around. You want to rotate around with your team. You want to be... The thing as well is the enemy team and your team are going to want to get into the back line. So what you want to do is you want to rotate around and make it harder for them to even get to the back line. So right here I am in a very bad pressured zone where I can get shot real easily if Garrett can hit a shot. Sorry. But pretty much that's the setup there. Dodging, crouch is a good thing. AD spam. But yeah, you can see how it's hard for me to not take damage. But if I'm right here, Garrett has to move and transfer that pressure over to me. And that's the problem that occurs. So yeah, that's the combo right there, because I was able to shoot him and then I stunned him and just did a shot. Well, I did it right there, but usually it's that, yeah. But you do it more like this. And you want the grenade to hit something, so if you want to get that set up there. Yeah, so if you want to get the damage done faster, you want to make sure that you're arcing it lower and hitting it towards the ground faster. Or hitting it to a wall. That's another thing as well. Anything else, Garrett? Do you have anything to mind? Yeah, sure. So let's go ahead and go as... Well, I actually have to kick you. So you're going to queue into a game, and I'm going to try to spectate you. Tell me once you've queued. I'm gonna pull up Twitch and see if I can look and see if we have any questions at the moment. Oh, yeah. I need to pull up Discord so that I can get this stuff figured out. Because now that we're not in a group, I can't talk to him. Yeah, I understand Discord. Let me see. See if it's connected. Am I connected? You can hear me twice? Let me mute you in game. So speak again? Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me now? Can't hear me. Stupid thing. I looked up a video to try to fix this. Yeah. Because, yeah, Discord's saying that it can hear me. Yeah, it can hear me. It's just you're not able to hear me. The connection's being weird as well. Connection info. It's saying I have a 0 ping. So it's not even wanting. So let me see. Let me queue with him. Okay. I guess we're alone. And it's in all caps. I don't care. Yeah, so he's queuing there, and once we get that set up. Sorry, I can't see chat. I only have one screen, so if there is anyone posted in chat, I'm sorry. So sorry. Sorry. Coming closer, time to dance. Let me check Twitch real quick, see if it's liking or anything like that. If you have any questions that's popped up. Salad on my skirt. Hey! Shout out. Can see you, man. I'll be taking questions after, by the way. I'm trying to queue with Garrett, but it's being a little, Discord's being a little weird for me. He can't hear me through Discord, so gotta love it when it does that. I'll see if I can join in. There we go. Spectate. Cool. Hopefully he can play Ana. Whoa. Come on. Here we go. We in. We in. In, boys. I can't type anything. Okay, so right now we see him taking up a position, and if we look at the team comp, it is absolutely atrocious. So a lot of the problems that you're seeing is everyone's engaging, but not at once, and that's a lot of problems. That was a nice shot there. He did not use the grenade to finish him off there, but I like that. Yeah, pretty much at the moment he's kind of doing what he needs to do. The problem is this team just needs to back up, and we're not able to hit the Genji. I don't know if his abilities had come up yet, but it would have been nice to have grenaded down below. And we're on Hanamura attack, my favorite, of course. I like that positioning right there, kneeling down to get the Widow. A lot of it is you need to be backed up by sustain, because Ana doesn't do well when she's dealing with team members that have no sustain. So healing isn't very optimized, because at this moment you rather just play a base Lucio because his healing output base is so low, but you don't need the high output. And again, everyone's engaging at different times, so it's kind of hard to say. But you can see we're getting the point now. I would prefer if Garrett was supporting that McCree a lot more. He kind of stepped into the point. He just needed to stand outside the point, give him some support, or be towards the edge. But it's kind of hard in this setting. Quick play is a little entertaining. That biotic grenade was justified because we still have 10 seconds before we're ever going to engage. You see it's already 2 seconds left, 1 second. And that's a Hanzo being an idiot because he was sitting with sitting with an Ana and not realizing he's being healed, and that's what he needs to do. I'm liking these shots he's making. I want to see if we can. There we go. So that was a scoped shot. You can see the tracer behind that, but you can't see the tracer by his hip fire. So he actually survived quite a long time with that Genji, like freaking out everywhere. We have ultimate up now, which is pretty good since we're not really able to do a lot of healing. In this case, you should focus more on damage, and I know some healers out there are cringing to their heart's content. But a lot of the times, supports are there to heal when needed. They're not there to heal all the time, except if you're Mercy. Well, no, even then, because damage boost. You have more value out of not needing to heal, and that's the supportive nature of it. You heal when you need to heal, and that's why Ana can do well with that healing. This would be nice to have the sleep dart. Maybe the sleep dart was a little bit too early. I forgot to. I like that. And at this moment, just back out. Back out. Don't engage. Don't engage. Don't even engage. You're at like 8 health. Just move back. Grenade yourself. There you go. There's a health pack around the corner. You could have taken that. This works. I would support the front line with Widow. Get an angle there. Of course, that's a nice shot there. Back off around the corner. Because if he wakes up, he's going to go straight for you. Not too big of a fan of this positioning. I would like it less near the edge. I know we're eager to get shots, but all we need to do is make sure people don't die. And there we go. That's pressure. That's how pressure pretty much works in that case. Let's see. Yeah. I'm not sure what to actually say to him because the thing is he's in a weird position where he can't. He's healing a team that doesn't really need that healing output, because she works really well with a lot more tankiness. You needs healing. There we go. That's nice. We got the 2 soul. There we go. You needs more healing. I think this is the tunnel vision that we ran into with the scoping. I think he was a little scoped during all that. Oh, that would have been a nice... Have been a nice sleep. Personally, I wouldn't have taken that shot in the first place because it's better to hit stuff more consistently. So, like, I would sleep dart someone ulting before I would sleep dart a Pharah in the air. It's better just to shoot the Pharah because it's harder to hit her. That you're more likely going to waste the sleep dart. Another thing as well is it's easier to hit sleep darts up close. So if you're fast enough and a Genji's dashing through you, you technically can hit him with a sleep dart as he's running to you. This is another thing with pressure. You had those 2 characters like getting damaged over and over and over again. Okay, there we go. That was nice use of nice grenade. The whole thing of him turning around prevented it from getting reflected back at him. That was C9. And the problem that we ran into was we were backed into a corner trying to do stuff. Sometimes you just have to pull out and not worry about hitting stuff as you're heading out. Imagine this might be... Yeah, that was just... Play the game by Junkrat. Everyone standing in front of Junkrat's gun. Should... I'll go for one more. Maybe get a tank in your comp. Yeah. I want him to try another one, so that we can get a look at tanks. I need healing, yep. I'm looking at Twitch right now, so hi everyone. We have 4 viewers right now. I'm surprised. Salad and 2 shirts. Trevor, I'm gonna next week. I'm gonna be doing a review of your. Need to get I'm going to do a review of the game you sent me with Tracer. I've been wanting to do a review of Tracer for a while, so that's going to be good. I've been looking at a... no, not yet. I'm gonna actually message him real quick. Why did Ominous invite me? Is he on? What the heck? Whisper. What you doing? You aren't online? I think he's gone invisible. I'm live streaming. There we go. Let's join Garrett. No, like the Whisper recipient's not online. He's like, I'm online. Okay. Let's see. It should put us in with everyone soon. Quick question, Trevor. Are you a soldier player primarily? I watched the video. I was actually wondering what's going on here. Ah, assembling heroes. Oh, that works. That works actually really well. Oh, that's what you were doing, Andre. Okay. Oh, thanks, Andre. Yeah. Okay, so Andre's gonna help out. There we go. Up. Glad Andre joined. Okay, so hopefully we can see, and this is the one we were showing off, so we should be able to see some good stuff here, and we're first person, so it should help out a little bit. Yeah, this might be a little interesting. I hope you don't get sniped straight out. Yeah. Overall, you want to arc the grenades a little more so that you actually land it in spawn. I like this position right there. Healing the Reinhardt because he's taking damage from the orb. We do have a Moira up front, so I would change our focus to characters that Moira aren't looking at, or even Moira herself. Junkrat's in a hard state. I would actually go on the comms and ask them to get out of the building because you can't heal them before you would jump off. Right now, they don't have anything to contest you range-wise. I like that grenade. Helped you out there. Junkrat's being an idiot. Can't do much about that unless you can tell him. Yeah, scoping, you're getting those instant shots. You don't have to worry about it. There you go. See, it's harder for the Winston to actually get a shot. Or to dive if he has to dive from farther away. Valiant, Sleep Dart. It's better to actually Sleep Dart on the same height. This is again, just try to get back to your Moira. There we go. That's a nice job. Back. Yep. Yeah, that's hard. You got stuck into a corner, and yeah, it was good for the Winston. The problem was the stipulation is it's if only Winston is going after you and that Moira flanked. So this is where you would try to stall the point for as long as possible. No, pull back. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen then. Yep. Curl around. I would almost say that going on the high ground here is not worth it. Especially since they have a Hanzo that just hit a good shot. Yep, I would back off of that high ground. I would actually go around the corner to the right side, and I'm physically pointing to the right side. I would go onto that high ground up by the boiler. Hopefully Garrett, high ground by brewery. Hopefully he sees that. He's actually trying to pay attention to that now. Yeah, that one's an interesting thing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Someone... The Widowmaker missed the dead-on shot. Okay, back up. Yeah, that's... Yeah, if we were on the boiler brewery... It was boiler a while ago, now it's brewery because it was revealed that it's called brewery. If we were up there, we could have actually put pressure on that soldier, and he wouldn't have gotten that much for free. Let me check chat real quick. Okay. Yeah, Tracer and Doomfist are your weaker one. Straight out of the bat, and this is just instant feedback, Trevor, is... Ooh, feels bad, man. Instant feedback is you're playing Tracer a lot like you would play McCree. So not necessarily as you would play a soldier. So you were familiar with the range, but a lot of the times you would go straight into things. Yeah, that was someone's in front of me. I'm good with that, dropping down and not committing too much. I would back off. We're on top of the payload, and it's a high stressful place. You're on a pedestal right now, and you have no way to get cover, and the shield's kind of having problems. So that's one of my instant feedbacks right there for Garrett at the moment. But yeah, Trevor, just try to flank a little more often. It's not a bad thing to do as Tracer, and it's actually a thing you should do. A lot of the times when you died is because you're running straight at him, and that was the problem. Because it's okay to run straight at someone, but a lot of the times you're going forward as Tracer and doing what Tracer should, but then instead of going around the team, you would go just straight at him. Hope Garrett knows that there's a Pharah above him. I like this positioning so that we can heal all the people coming at Grenade. Don't worry about it. It's a 10-second cooldown. It's not that big. Yeah, you can see we can heal through some of this stuff, and we're doing a lot better now because oh yeah, back up, don't even. Yep, that's good. Yeah, that was honorable, I would say. Yeah, we're gonna have to contest pretty soon. So, yep. So a lot of things with healers overall, and this is something I haven't covered yet, is be aware of what healing outputs out there and recognize what your job is. So at the moment, Garrett's job is focus Pharah. Because he has, I believe, do they have a Moira in his, I can actually just look at it. Yeah, so you have a Moira and Zen. You don't need to do as much healing. You have 3 healers. Healing is second. So since he has that much healers, he knows that he doesn't need to be focusing too much on healing, and he can do a lot more on the DPS side. So he's kind of going as a half healer at the moment. That's kind of where I would throw Moira in a lot of the times, just because of she can do a lot of good, reliable damage, and you want her to be doing that. So you would prioritize. I would see if I can... There we go. Yep. Just focus a Pharah. Focus a Pharah. Sleep Darter. That's a good place to sleep dart a Pharah. Grenade. Yep. Nice job. Nice job. Of course, we have the Moira on. I would stay in the back. I like this positioning right here because they have to go completely around to hit you. It's good positioning overall. At the moment, I will retract my statement of you have 3 healers, mainly because those 3 healers aren't actually healing. So Moira's not healing a lot, so you're having to do a lot of healing. But overall, you could focus a Pharah pretty clean. So let's see. Ooh. Yeah. Let's see. This pretty much healing, 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 healing. It's kind of the go-to. Right now, I know he's not doing that quick scopes. Nice kill on the Hanzo. I know he's not doing the quick scopes mainly because he knows that he at the moment I don't think he knows how to deal with that. It's another thing as well as you have a tether with the people you need to heal, and basically it's not your job to keep that tether all the time. Your job is to keep the most tethers as possible. So if there's a flanker like Hanzo in the back line that's asking for healing, just don't. Mainly just because you have to go out of your way to get them healing, where you have 3 people around you that can get healed easier. So always heal the easier target. Don't go out of your way to try to find someone to heal. People should come to you for healing for most of the time, and make it clear to them. It makes it so that you can focus more on damage or overall healing and not waste a lot of time. That was a sad grenade, but I'll give it to him. It's just practice. He hasn't played Ana in a while either. Mainly just because she's been out of meta for so long. Yeah. So this is a problem as well as their positioning around the corner just a little bit. And I would almost say that, oh, Andre, I'm sorry, I have to put that on you, man. I don't know what just went on there, but something went bad. But as you see, Garrett's been sitting back here for the longest time. Hasn't died. Just been sitting there, healing, keeping people alive, doing damage. This is bad. Grenade yourself. Grenade yourself. There we go. That's a good way to go. Yeah. That's the thing is a lot of times the ripped tires are gonna kill you most of the time. That was just a trap disaster. Okay. I think that's good. Okay. So let me see if I can. Hello. Hello. I'm in. Yeah. So I think we're good. I covered some things. A lot of it is that I could see, and then that last one was you had 3 healers, and it's one of those things where you can make those decisions to go, okay, I'm gonna start doing more DPS, and that's the beauty of characters like Moira and Ana, is you can choose when to heal. Yeah, go ahead and back out. I'm gonna do some closing thoughts, and then we'll open it up to questions. Trevor, I'm sorry if... Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Garrett, can you... Okay.